All right, we're ready to rock. And I apologize, Jake. I've lost my voice a little bit. I had a hard week of partying last week. So
I know how that goes.
yeah,
That happened to me a few times.
everyone on this phone call is pretty fucked up physically right now.
Exactly. So we're all even.
But Tinkle was born that way, so
Yeah.
he has no excuse.
Yeah, I didn't party and or have a fight.
Yeah. So I guess odd man out.
On the line with the one and only Jake Shields. What's going on, buddy? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just back home, running some errands and hanging out.
Okay, now listen, man. We've been looking at the pictures online. How fucked up are you right now? Because your eye looked like you were a fucking hit by a baseball bat in the face.
Yeah, man. My eyes, both my eyes are messed up, but my left one's really messed up. The whole thing's totally red, and I barely can see out of it. It's it's disgusting what Palhares did to me. Digging his fingers. I mean, you can kind of see it in the tape, but he was taking his thumbs and fully just trying to gouge my eyes out. It's absurd, and the ref just didn't do a single thing. Just let him do it over and over.
And that I will say this right now, not to be a germ freak, but that is the easiest way to get an infection.
Yeah, I just heard that actually. I think I'm gonna go have my doctor. My doctor check it out tomorrow.
Infection. It was a goddamn title shot, dude. Fuck the infection. God damn it,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, man. So hey, so it was like one of those things that I watched it, and I'm biased because I'm a Bay Area guy too. But I was like, Jesus Christ! I mean, at some point you're audibly yelling at the referee, and he did nothing. So how frustrating was that?
Man, so frustrating. I'm not a guy to bitch. I've never complained
Yeah.
to a ref in a fight. I've been in over 40 professional fights. Not once have I complained. Not once I made an excuse. And this guy's just started just digging his thumbs into my eyes. I mean, to me, it's absurd. He should have been definitely a point taken away the first time and disqualified the second time. This is just like one of the most blatant fouls I've ever seen in the sport, and he just did it repeatedly. And I was telling the ref, he was right there. He could have clearly seen it, and he just seemed to just not care.
Now, here's the deal, man. I think the internet, obviously, they picked up on the him holding the sub over the time limit after he had been stopped. They picked up on you hitting him after the bell. That was obviously the sexier story of the night. Do you feel like all of that is overshadowing the fact that it was cheating throughout the whole fight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that wasn't cool what he did afterwards, but to me, the eye gouging was much worse. I mean, that's something that during the fight could affect the outcome of the fight. Plus, they don't people realize how bad these gouges are. My eyes are totally messed up. I couldn't see during the fight, and that's something I feel like you could lose an eye for something like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously it could pull my shoulder or break an elbow with holding a submission too long, but I'd rather that than lose an eye.
Yeah, well, and also because it wasn't like a small he was running his fingers across your eyes. He was full on I think there was I think there's once or twice I didn't see his thumb.
I think people didn't realize that they saw the fingers and stuff. They couldn't see the ones where he's taking his thumb, and he just tried to stuff my eye out with his thumb. Like he was trying to take my eye out. It was completely, and that's what I'm just telling the ref, and he's going to let him do it over and over. And then the ref goes, "Oh, okay, I'll take care of it." And then he warns them, and then he just keeps doing it. And the ref's like, "Okay, you got to stop doing that." Like, well, you just said you're going to take a point away. So not only did he not disqualify him, he didn't even take a point away the whole time. It's just, I was just so frustrated. It's one of those things that started letting get into my head, and it was hard to continue fighting like that.
And, I mean, what it reminded me watching, you remember when we were 14, the first time you fingered a chick? That, hard, aggressive,
Yes.
There was nothing seductive. There was nothing graceful. It was a real fucking jamming.
Exactly. You just kind of jammed in there trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just did last week, and same thing. I didn't know what I was doing. All three fingers.
Also, I mean, the other thing, I mean, it's so funny that how much shit was going on that night. It's so crazy. Right as your fight was starting, the Diaz brothers get into a whole, what do they call it, a scuffle or some sort of thing with Khabib Nurmagomedov, which I don't believe I said that correctly.
No.
Did you notice that shit?
It was close, though.
Did you notice that?
I did notice the fight was going on, but I didn't realize it was the Diaz brothers. I saw a fight was breaking out, and I decided, I got to concentrate on my fight, so I decided not to watch.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't, because I would have definitely distracted me. I looked over and saw my good friends fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely glad I wasn't paying attention to that.
You could have
But then
probably
afterwards, I
flipped the
heard,
coin.
oh yeah, that was Nate fighting. I guess he went over and slapped Khabib because he was trying to. I think he was trying to take a picture of him or something, like he selfie with Nate in the background. And Nate saw that, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that."
I mean, but if you could have guessed if there was people in the building that were fighting in the crowd, you probably could have assumed it was the Diaz brothers.
I should have assumed that, but it's quite often to have like drunk fans just randomly fighting, so I figured it was drunk people. But it wasn't that surprising.
And
there was a big fight afterwards too, like outside of the fight.
Yeah, I know there was like chairs being thrown, all this crazy shit. I mean, look, the truth of the matter is World Series fighting had some a pretty big weekend of UFC fights to go up against, and you guys are getting a lot of the press, which is awesome.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's good we're getting the press. Unfortunately, it's for not the best thing.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy not to have my eyes all gouged up, but I mean, at least people realize. I was afraid people wouldn't be able to see who was doing anything, but luckily you could see it. I mean, you can't see the extent of it in the tape, but at least you can see some of it. I mean, it's much worse than it even looks, but at least people can see some of it.
Well, you know what's actually pretty funny is like, so when the fight started, like, they were actually saying your name. So I thought it was so funny because all from San Francisco, Jake Shield, and all of a sudden you see like the Diaz brothers in a scuffle, and I wondered, I was like, man, is he gonna like climb the fence and go help his buddies, or is he gonna do this fight, or?
Yeah, that would have been pretty interesting. But then I probably got suspended.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, speaking of which, are you gonna get in trouble for hitting him after the bell? Because if you do, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I hear they're reviewing it, and that's going to be a joke if they suspend me after that. They should suspend the ref for not protecting me. If I get suspended and fined for that, it's going to be ridiculous. But, they probably will.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I mean, dude, because, like, obviously they say any press is good press. But you, at the end of all of this, you kind of end up looking really great. Because, I mean, let me ask you this, because people can assume as much as they want. How much do you think him cheating throughout the fight affected the outcome of the fight?
Man, I mean, you can't say for sure, but I really think it made a big, big difference. I was clearly winning the first two rounds, and it just started, you see at the third round, I mean, when Mazdali was doing anything, my eyes, I just couldn't see, and part of it not being able to see physically affects you, and then mentally I was just breaking, and the guy wasn't doing anything. My eyes felt like they're getting gouged out. I couldn't see, and it's just, it was just absolutely absurd, I hold Mazdali as responsible as Palhares. He didn't, to go out there and just not do your job when he clearly saw what was happening. I don't know what to say about the guy.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was so weird when he like stopped it, and the only reason why he stopped it is because you like I said earlier, you were like voicing it really, really loud, and like it was kind of funny. You were actually like reprimanding the fucking referee to do his job while the fight was going on.
Yeah, and I'm not going to ever complain, but these eye gouges, they hurt so bad in my addition. They were just like absolutely brutal. I've never had so much thumbs just gouged into my eyes. They're the kind of thing that. If you didn't see the fight, they're not the kind of eye pokes, where guys are throwing punches and the finger accidentally goes in your eye. These are completely just, him literally trying to gouge my eyes out.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Palhares is another guy who has, there's a few guys throughout history that have kind of caught a reputation as being dirty fighters. Going into this fight, did you expect any kind of like shady shit like that? Like anything?
I definitely expected shady shit, but not to that extent. I don't think. I've certainly never had my eyes gouged in the fight. I don't think I've seen anyone do it either. So it's one of those things that's it's really rare. You see pokes, where guys fingers come in, but it's usually not intentional. It's usually hands left out. But the way this was, I don't know. This is something that's just so rare that I didn't expect it.
Now, I mean, how much do you want to rematch? Because as a professional, you go like, I don't want this fucking dirty fingered motherfucker in my face again. But
yeah, no, exactly. That it's a tough call because like part of me thinks this guy should be banned for life, and then part of me is like, well, I really want to go out and kick this guy's ass. Plus, there'd be a lot of hype around the fight now, so fuck it.
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, I guess it's a weird place to kind of be at. Maybe do it different rules. There's that Russian sword fighting MMA league.
Yes.
Maybe you guys settle it with swords.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe fight these guys with different rules. Where he can eye gouge, I can fight, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like the most like it was so clear what was going on. It was like he was on his back, he was like losing, and he was like doing anything to try and like change the tide of the fight. So frustrating, man.
Yeah. Even UFC 1 had no eye gouging. That was like the basic rule. No eye gouging, no fish hooking, no biting. Oh, he fish hooked me once too.
He fish
that
hooked
wasn't
you
quite
as
as
well.
bad, but I also got a fish hook in there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, more than anything else, that's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean the fish hook I could take. That one didn't. That one didn't mess my vision. Didn't get me too bad. I'm just like, oh, now he's fish hooking me.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're the only MMA fighter who's been like fish hooked in like a decade.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
Oh shit. All right, well, I mean, what do you think of World Series of Fighting in general? What do you think of fighting for those guys?
I like them. They've treated me good. They've always done what they said. we'll see. I mean, I don't hold them responsible for this in any way. You know, I mean, it was I don't think that the commission picks the refs, not them, and obviously this Palhares is doing this. But we'll see what they do. You know, I think that they'll probably end up stripping them and suspending them.
Yeah, so that's what they said was, which I actually thought was really cool of them, is that they had your back right away, you know, and not only your back, but you know, like the love of like MMA. He was totally wrong. So I heard that tomorrow they're gonna be making some announcement, and it looks like that he may get stripped, and then you'll be the #1 contender versus the winner of John Fitch and Yushin Okami. How do you feel about that? If that goes down like that?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think they're going to strip him. Like right after the fight, Ray Sifo and Ollie, they're like, yeah, they could see that gouge. They knew it was ridiculous, you know. So it's so yeah. And as far as the title, right now I'm just I'm fighting. I don't want to think about fighting. I'm sure I'll be okay with that, but I want to take a couple of weeks before I start thinking about my next fight.
He needs to go get some Visine.
You know what's actually funny? What I just thought of was, you know, kind of thank God that the Diaz brothers got fucking kicked out, because if they would have been in that room when you were getting your eyes gouged, I think they would have jumped the fence.
They might have jumped over and
Jesus
had to beat these guys up. They've been fighting Brazilians instead of Russians.
Dude, how fucked up is it going to be when we're completely wrong? Tomorrow the announcement is that Jake Shields is having felony charges put up against him.
For assault after a fight.
Oh, shit. All right, Jake, listen, man, you're always super cool, man. Thanks for taking the time to shoot the shit with us. Obviously, our fans can follow you on Twitter. That's Jake Shields, BJJ, correct?
AJJ. American Jiu-Jitsu.
Got it. I'm sorry, AJJ. Got it. And
he's white. Go ahead. Sorry.
Exactly.
Let them all know. Anything else? You got a website or anything you want to plug?
Yeah, it's jakeshields.com. So, just thanks for all the support.
Yeah, awesome, man.
All right, kick ass, man. Have fun, man. Please recover. Get better soon, dude.
Cool, man. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, later, man.